Today we're looking at the team structures at eXp Realty because there's just not enough information out there that goes into the granular, that goes straight into the details of how teams are operating. There's a few videos out there, there's a few blogs out there that give you just some fluff, some overview, but there's nothing that really gets to the details. And as you know, especially in real estate, it's in the details that sometimes gets us. So I want to make sure that you have all the information on how teams operate at eXp Realty so you aren't caught with a ton of surprises after you join eXp. So starting off, let's understand what constitutes a team within eXp. Number one, you need to have a lead agent or a team leader. And then number two, you need to have one or more licensed agents working as team members with a written agreement. Now understand that these team agreements do need to be in writing, and also they need to be legal, aka they need to be lawful. And then also understand that eXp is not going to intervene if there are some disputes within the team members. That's a contractual thing that members and team leads need to handle outside of the brokerage. So with that being said, let's get started with the three primary team structures at eXp. And then I'm also going to share with you a different team structure that may make sense for some of you. The first team structure that we're going to look at is the self-organized team. This is the most common types of teams that you're going to find at eXp. Now, this is one of the most versatile types of teams that you can have at eXp, where you have one team leader and don't have a requirement of amount of leads that need to happen in order to retain the team status. So this one's one of the most flexible ones that a lot of agents gravitate towards. So with that being said, since there's not really that many requirements, every single team member, including the team leader, has a cap of $16,000. It's the same cap that an agent that does not belong to a team actually has at eXp. And for a self-organized team, you actually don't need to submit your written agreement for eXp approval. That's something that is not required when you go through the self-organized route. And then also, there's no set referral fee required from a team leader to team member perspective, meaning whenever a member closes a deal, there's not a minimum referral fee that's required from the team leader to collect. So each team member can pay whatever referral fee that the team member and the team leader agree to without any restrictions. There's no minimum, there's no maximum. Whatever the team member and the team leader agree to, that's what it is. Now, this model works really well for agents who want a lot of flexibility in a team. It's also great for those who are looking for specific benefits from the branding or marketing collateral held by the team leader. Because at the end of the day, in this team structure, an agent can join the team and get the benefits of being part of the team without having to pay a large premium for it. Now, before we go on to the next team structure, it's important to understand some basic information about eXp. At eXp Realty, the split is 80-20, 80% for the real estate agent and then 20% for the brokerage. And then the cap at eXp is $16,000. Now, I want to make sure that you're aware of that as we continue. Now, the second team structure that we're covering today is the standard team. The standard team at eXp works very similarly to the team structure that you're probably thinking about. Now, it's important to understand that with this standard team, there are some actual production requirements. With the self-organized team, there wasn't. But here, you do have to meet certain production requirements as a team in order to qualify. So anyone that's looking to join eXp as a standard team does need to qualify. And the qualifications from a production level include 30 transactions or a minimum of $6 million in sales volume over the last 12 months. So assuming that a brokerage or a team is looking to join eXp as a team, those are the requirements that need to be met. Now, in a standard team, the team leader still retains a $16,000 cap, and the team members have what's called a half cap, which means $8,000. And given that the team leaders do have the benefit of a half cap, aka $8,000, they are required to pay at least 25% of a split to the team lead. And given that the standard team option is a little bit more traditional, something that you most likely already are seeing in different other brokerages, this does require a written agreement approved by eXp and also does require the roster of agents if the team is coming in from another brokerage. So this means that if you're a team or a broker looking to bring your entire brokerage over, you need to have a written agreement in place that gets approved by eXp, and also the roster needs to be provided. And this model is often used by brokerages or real estate teams who decide to roll in to eXp and join the worldwide network. In this case, a broker will join as a team leader and retain their agents as part of their team. And the third model at eXp is the Mega Icon team. This model is very similar to the standard team, except at a larger scale. This one involves 10 agents or more generally. And the production qualifications to be considered a Mega Icon team at eXp include 175 transactions or a minimum of $40 million in real estate sales over the last 12 months. And the reason that this type of team requires at least 10 agents or more is because you need to have 10 capping agents within the last 12 months. A team leader still retains the $16,000 cap. However, the agents now have what's called a quarter cap, meaning $4,000 in order to cap, which if you combine the two together, the $16,000 from the team lead and then the $4,000 quarter cap for the 10 agents, you get to $56,000 in commission splits. And that is what's required in order to stay as a Mega Icon team. And here again, very similar to the standard team model, there is a minimum referral fee percentage required to the team lead. And all of these details do need to be formalized in a formal agreement that gets approved by eXp along with the agent roster. So if you're a large brokerage or a large team looking to roll into eXp, this is what you can expect. Now, before I go on and give you a different type of model that very few agents even realize exists, I want to cover how the commissions are actually calculated, because as a team leader and as a team member, that's incredibly important. The first deductions are for any outside referrals owed to other brokerages. Next, gross commissions or remaining commissions after outside referrals are divided between team leader and team member. Then all eXp Realty company dollar and fees are deducted from each agent individually. And then lastly, transaction fees such as broker review fee, cap transaction fee, and risk management fee are per transaction, not per agent. Now, I know I just mentioned quite a few items extremely quickly that may be a bit confusing, because I'll admit this is something that happened to me. I was incredibly confused, did not know how to make sense of this. So I broke it down completely in this video right here, so you're gonna wanna check that out. Now for the model that's less commonly known and less commonly used at eXp, the domestic partnership model. If you and your spouse are both working in real estate, you can now act as one in production goals. Now this domestic partnership only applies to the legally married individuals, so take that into consideration. Boyfriend and girlfriend isn't gonna cut it. And under this domestic partnership, you and your spouse work towards a shared $16,000 cap. Now under this model, both partners are still required to pay monthly fees to eXp, except one of the partners is gonna get a discounted rate. So one partner pays $85 a month and the other partner pays $50 a month. Now, of course, the domestic partnership model is pretty obvious of who it's geared for. It's geared for the married partners that work together in their real estate business. Now, these are all the team models at eXp Realty. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Or if you would like for me to run your numbers of what your team production would look like within eXp, then feel free to reach out. I've created a special calculator that is not available anywhere else, that I can run your numbers pretty instantly. So I'll leave the link down below, and I hope that this provided value to you.